Hi, good evening, everybody, or whenever you're watching this in the morning, evening, afternoon, and night. Hello, this is Key, better known to everyone else as Kira, but you all can call me Key. This is the first, I guess you could say, submission of my rejection therapy. I seen on, I think it was YouTube or TikTok the other day, and they were just basically saying, or there was this girl, she was laying out in the middle of like a sidewalk on a busy street, and someone asked her what she was doing. She's just laying there like in her, sports gear, just dead in the middle of a busy walkway for no reason, just sitting there. And someone asked her, "Hey, what are you doing?" And she says that this was a part of her rejection therapy, that she struggles with rejection. So, as a part of her rejection therapy and a book that she was reading, she decided that one of her exercises, or excuse me, it says in the book that one of the exercises should be for her to do something that she knows looks silly, or she knows that it will get people to stare and look at her. So she decided in her sports gear that she would lay down on her yoga mat in the middle of a busy walkway or sidewalk, in front of a restaurant somewhere, that she would just lay there, and she would absorb the stares and the looks and so on and so forth, um, just to help her get over her sense of rejection or people looking at her funny or judging her. So, as for me, I've tried at least 1,000 times to start my YouTube channel. And without fail, I always cowered out of doing this. But, sometimes the universe puts us in a predicament where we have to show up for ourselves. We understand that what we're doing currently is not what we're supposed to be doing. So you do your best to just show up for yourself and as yourself authentically. So, as a part of my rejection therapy, I am recording this video only voice only, um, due to the fact that I just don't think that I'm ready to, I guess, break the wall or the barrier of actually, emoting my feelings, over my facials and so on and so forth, because, my face will never, never, ever tell a lie. So here I am, just working through my rejection this way. Um, and who knows if this works and this becomes a comfort zone, I will maintain a comfort zone behind my photos or other photos, or however I see fit, because at the end of the day, I am doing this for myself. But I just wanted to share that little tidbit. But I just have a lot going on right now in life, and I know that I am supposed to be doing something creative. So one of the major things that I wanted to talk about today is, just being on this side of trying to create something for yourself and having this overwhelming sensation of imposter syndrome. I was talking to my best friend the other day, and I had a thing happen to me that most people, it would probably devastate most people, or at least make them feel very lost. And I was talking to my best friend the other day about it, and it's like I had this overwhelming sensation of knowing that the universe was just putting me in a predicament to change my life, and see for myself what I've always wanted to see. And I told him that I feel like I have a sense of imposter syndrome, but in reverse. Not as if my life is going so well and, I feel undeserving of everything that has been poured into me, or, the things that I've accomplished. Like, I don't feel like I should be here. No, it's the exact opposite. I feel stuck. I feel, caged in. I'm unable to share my creative mind, and I feel like I am an imposter of the life that I am currently living, because this life is not my own. Like, I should not be living where I'm living. I should not be working where I'm working. Like, that's the type of imposter syndrome that I have. But unfortunately, I have to work towards what it is that I want. And it's been really difficult with trying to keep up a full time job that does not fulfill you in any form or fashion. And it's pulling and draining all of your energy to even put yourself in a position where you're either making content or you're creating things, whether that's artwork, music, whatever. It's really hard, especially when you're dealing with in a person to person capacity. So, like, if you have like a retail job or a customer service job, at least for myself, I find that it's really difficult because all day you have people just pulling and yanking on your energy and giving nothing back. The only thing that you get back is a paycheck at the end of the day. It's not even that it's, corrective, or not necessarily corrective, but constructive criticism to help you grow as a person. Is just really draining. It's like they leech all of your energy off of you throughout the entirety of the day. And then by the time you go home and you have to take care of real life, you know, there is no time to be a creative. Like, I commend anybody that is doing that, working on their creativity and their creative endeavors, and also working a 9 to 5 in the capacity where they are dealing with not only the people that they're working with, but also the public. Like, I commend you, hats off, because I just cannot do it. I have a little bit of free time right now, which is why I'm doing my best to just get in a mode of, creating content, sharing my voice, and doing something that I know will fulfill me, even if it's only temporarily. I know that it will fulfill me and it will take me to a place where I can continue to be fulfilled in this world. So, again, hats off to anybody and everybody that's doing it, because it is not easy at all. But I'm just kind of going through the motions and trying to figure this out for myself, um, because I can just remember the earliest either channel that I've created. If it's not this one, probably one that I've deleted. I think the earliest channel that I've ever created was probably like 2013, 14, and just to think, like, if I had found my way back then, like, where I would be today, which is why I said I do feel like I have a sense of imposter syndrome, just being, where I am, and being stagnant where I have been for a while. Um, but this is nice. I'm actually enjoying what I'm doing right now, this very second. I don't feel anxious. I'm just feeling through my body right now. I don't feel anxious. I feel at ease. I don't feel cringe. That's one of the biggest things for me. Just hearing myself talk or listening to myself talk, I usually feel very cringe. I usually feel very cringe and very uneasy just even listening to my own voice. Weird. I know, but a lot of people suffer from it. So here we are. Okay. So if that resonates with you, definitely, I will invite you to follow me on my journey. I know it's not going to be easy at all. And right now, I even feel like I'm rambling. And I do that a lot just in my own spare time. But, you know, this is me just working out my kinks in what I want to accomplish in this life. There's a lot of things that I feel like has held me back, and most of it is self-imposed. So, this is me attempting my very, very best effort to release myself from this self-imposed prison. Like, have you ever just sat with yourself and just thought about where you want to go, where, you should be in life, and then realize after you've taken a step, let's just say you don't take a step in the direction that you actually wanted to go, but you do something in that general realm, and you're like, wow, I can actually put my mind to something and bring it into fruition, no matter the obstacles. One of those things for me is my upcoming birthday party. I've never thrown a party ever. And this year I was like, you know what? I'm going to throw a party. And, finances were right. And, I really just got outside of myself because I'm like, what if no one shows up? What if I spend all of this money and it doesn't turn out the way I want it to? Or, the stability isn't there anymore to afford it. And then one day I was just like, you know what? Who cares? Who cares? It's going to happen, and it's going to happen how it's supposed to happen. So everything that I'm feeling right now, out the window, you know? Let's just sit down, plan it out, execute. And here it is. I'm executing it. My birthday is November 5th. Right now it's today, September 1st, and it's right around the corner. And just even with the little things that have come together has really made me in awe of myself. Took it a step further and I said, you know what? I'm not going to do a photo shoot, for my invite and everything else. I hired a whole production company to create a save the date and invitation video for this party. And even like looking, I just received it maybe like 2 days ago. Even watching myself on camera there, even though I'm not talking, I had moments of just being a little bit cringe with myself. I don't know why, guys. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, if anybody is going through this, please feel free to chime in. Let me know that I am not alone. But it's like I'm watching myself and I still feel just a little bit cringe. And that is what I'm trying to get over. Like I'm really trying to get over that about myself. Um yeah, so I did the video. It's not quite finished yet. I had the production team do a little bit of an adjustments with the finished product. So I haven't put it out yet. Now, to add on to all of this, that thing that happened to me that I was speaking of in towards the beginning of the video, that I was speaking to my best friend about, was I ended up getting laid off. So now finances are kind of like up in the air. I still have things to pay for. I still have things to do. And kind of freaking out, kind of freaking out. But, what can I do? I can't stress about it. And I definitely don't want to stress about, not having work and possibly not being able to afford everything that I wanted to do. So I just say to myself, listen, it's going to happen exactly as it's supposed to happen. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. You know, it'll all be a learning experience. I'm also doing my best to live in my present moments. Oftentimes, I'm living in the past, what I could have done, should have done, and what my future would look like or doesn't look like right now in this moment, but it should have. Like this whole entire self imposed prison. It is daunting. It is draining. It is stressful. I deal with crippling anxiety. Like my anxiety is so bad. Like I try not to use meds so much, even though I have been prescribed them. I try not to use them, and I try to do like little home remedies and whatnot or whatever. So like at night when I'm feeling my anxiety, listen, y'all are all in my back closet right now. Like, but this may help somebody. So for my anxiety, when it's like crippling, um, which is crazy because I hadn't read this, but I just thought about it one day and I was like, you know what? Let me get an ice pack. I have ice packs in my house in my fridge. It's like, let me get an ice pack and put it on my chest because my heart would just be beating so like, it would just be so exaggerated, like my heartbeat. And so I'll get a cold ice pack, I'll put it in a sock, and I'll put it right on my chest. And that's how I sleep a lot of nights because of my anxiety, But I just started listening to my body a lot more. My intuition is heightened to like the 10th degree. Like, I think maybe that is even too little to explain it. Like, my intuition has not led me wrong. And what I'm starting to realize is, well, my anxiety is a part of that. Um, but anxiety can also create a lot of stress, stress hormones, and I'm not trying to make myself sick either. So I do my remedies, and I think in those moments what I'm feeling. I go through all of my mental notes. What am I feeling right now? What am I thinking about? What is it triggering in me? And what is the resolve I have today? Because whatever the situation is, it's not going to be fixed overnight. But what resolve do I have today? What can I tell myself today that's going to help me, you know, just calm myself? And I do that a lot. And I feel like a lot of my anxiety is built up and all of the creativity that I have just sitting in me lying dormant. And the more I come to that conclusion, the more I realize I need a release. I need a release, and I have to start making life make sense for me. Everyone else is living theirs, you know? And I'm not here to judge them or even compare lives, but everybody is living their life. Everybody's on their path. And I believe that everybody is in their purpose, as am I. And I understand now that the universe is causing me and calling me to move forward into what resonates with my soul. But yeah, I just wanted to share this. I feel a lot better, so high five and hands up to me because I feel a lot better just coming on here and just talking, talking and sharing, my thoughts. And I don't know if this is going to be a niche channel. I feel like that's a great way to build a community. Just having like a niche channel. So I don't know if it will be one or even what it will be, what niche I will fall into. But I'm just going to get on here and talk until I figure it out. And maybe just me sitting here and talking, it's already figured out. But again, this has been fun. I hope that you've enjoyed listening. And more than anything else, I hope that you've found this helpful in some way. Well, until next time, bye.